We found a silver gold mine. In case your dad and brother stay down on the bottom, this will be our secret. And we'll come back and get the silver. There's an old one. That's an old one.
That is. It's lead too, isn't it?
Yep. Right around the same time period is the stuff you found in that hole.
So we're talking early
Turn of the
1900s,
century,
turn
yeah.
of the century.
Yeah.
So everything in this area. Well, let's keep hitting
And
this.
it ended up here. It probably washed down from right over there.
Could have been. Yeah, let's just keep checking.
That's reading on. There it is. What the fuck is this? Whatever it was, there's two vents in it. And this is also from the same time period as the pocket watch and the knife and the razor that Wayne found up here. So somebody spent some time in this spot.
Yeah, this definitely was a.
What's that noise?
What the hell is this?
Do you hear it?
I don't know. Bag it. Oh, why'd you throw it out?
I'm not gonna do that.
Ready?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, if I've learned anything from movies,
Yeah.
it's that because this is a river, like a little river, a creek,
Yeah.
there's obviously got to be beavers there. And so they built a dam, and now they're going to be zombievers. It's movie logic.
The problem is the shadow. Getting a lot of shadow on it. Look at it. It's got that black, like what we found in the silver. See here? See it all through here?
Yeah.
But
Can't
it's
really
all
tell
this
in
whole, yeah, you can't see it as much, but the whole side of this is just crystallized quartz and crystals, and I can see a little copper in it, and you don't think you can get it because when you get over here, then you get your shadow on it. There's
You can
no
tell it's black.
pieces.
Is that just quartz? Right in
Yeah, here and here.
yeah, there.
Then this whole side where it's been busted, you can see it. It's black. And it's B. Yeah, huh. I don't know. That's important. Not. Yeah, hold on, huh. And that's something that's just sitting here. I don't see it on the others.
Yeah.
I was looking for a broken piece. Get a sample. This seems to be different. It could be it's a little like horse mason has that, because that's what horse mace is a bit like.
I think I'm gonna shut this off and then calm down so I don't break anything.
Okay.
Phone or my body.
This might be a good slide zone.
You can see in this rock, this is all coarse mineralization. It's highly mineralized. And this rock rolled down from up here. So we should find more of that up there. This is directly across the creek from the shrine.
Tyler, go that way.
See that big rock over there? That's where the shrine was, over there.
No, actually, the shrine's right here.
Over there?
Yep,
right here. I can
see it.
There's the marked tree.
Yep, and it's straight behind it. There's two boulders. One, the first big one isn't it. The second big one is it. Got the tree grown over it. Cave is right there.
But this, look how hard that is.
Whew.
That's a good sign. So who knows what's up there? We're going to go up there.
It's a lot over
This
here.
rock definitely come down off that hill. Now if we can get up there without killing ourselves.
Yeah, that's the goal. There's some quartz in this rock too, here. All over the side. You see it? I'm probably blocking it for you. Oh. It's everywhere. Did you just go straight through a cactus?
Yep.
And right here, there's a whole bunch on the side of this rock. On this face.
Be careful, Tyler's behind you.
No, he's not.
Where is he?
Tyler? He's at the bottom. He didn't climb up. I think he's waiting down there because he doesn't know if he can actually do this.
I don't know where we're coming down at.
You see, I got up on top first. And Wayne's stuck on a bench down there. I can't figure out how to get up here.
I think he's planning on going down with Tyler.
We'll leave Tyler down there. He'll kill himself up here. It's pretty flat up here. There's a giant heart rock behind there. See it over here? Film it up here. I don't see a silver mine, do you?
No.
Huh? may be some above board's bullshit. Who knows? But you don't know unless you go over and look. That's an odd looking rock.
Up here. Check about
It's
that
like
big
wagon
one.
tracks on it.
Yeah, the one with like two
Isn't it?
slices inside of it.
cactuses up in there. It's hard to, Trevor's peeking around the cactus. It's hard to get a good look at them through here.
That's what it was. Piece of bullet casing. This is a Fisher detector, and say I picked that up at what, 4 inches. This little piece of. You see how light that was in the signal? That's how a gold nugget would read with this detector. That's a fishbowl case. Looks like an old one.
They see us.
Huh?
They see us. They're somewhere down there. I see them. They're at that tree down there. There's a lot of trees. See if I can do this. Hopefully you can see them on there.
That's ground mineralization. Look at the course in this. And that piece fractured off this rock, and it's the same on that side too. Underneath this shit, you got these quartz layers, and that's what you find your shit in or near. You gonna put that in your pack? Hear that? That's the mineralization in that rock. There's something more besides quartz in that. That's what's sounding off. We found a silver gold mine. But you know what? Since your dad and brother stay down on the bottom, this will be our secret. And we'll come back and get the silver. Huh? There's an old one. That's an old one.
That is it's lead too, isn't it?
Yep. Right around the same time period as the stuff you find in that hole.
So we're talking early
Turn of the
1900s,
century,
turn
yeah.
of the century.
Yeah.
So everything in this area. Well, let's keep hitting.
And
this.
it ended up here. It probably washed down from right over there.
Could have been. Yeah, let's just keep checking the area. Let's move back out. Yeah, what you got? You determined what that is yet?
It looks like a piece of silver ore.
Yeah.
It's not heavy. It's not lead.
Well, that's what was supposed to be back here.
That's what it is. Look, listen. Wave that in front of them. I think it's a piece of silver ore. It's not a piece of melted aluminum. See how natural it looks?
Yeah.
It looks like it was chopped out of a vein. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Top of a tin can from the same era.
Yeah.
This might have been the camping spot.
Yeah, this was obviously a camp.
Yeah.
Tent post, peg, something.
You saving that?
No. Hit the rock and almost hit me with it.
I guess. I don't know what he wanted me to film him. This is where I guess it begins, when they just like act like they want to say something and then they just start eating and then kind of get lost in themselves. Do you think he knows we're even here anymore?
That looks like a heat hole.
Yeah.
See, I don't just eat them. I light them.
It was good. What are you making there, Tyler?
Looks like a melted piece of
rocks are stacked up and sort of. Wow. Check that out.
Oh, whoa.
Tyler, get down there and pull that out. Ow!
You get for wearing tennis shoes with holes in them.
With holes in them. This rock is weird.
We do sometime have to go up and check that out.
That little cave up
I
there.
have to remember if it's Tom said it was an old Indian cave or something. One of these two.
Huh?
You found a meteorite, don't you? I got it.
No, I said, have you ever found a meteorite?
Yeah, I went looking and didn't find one. Somebody else did. The gold basement.
Want to take a minute and wait for Tyler? Want to take a minute and wait for Tyler here in the shade? So, what did you find?
Found shell casings by the area. Frank found the heart stone, he calls the altar. Found the same mineralization we did on the Horse Mesa side that I had before, so we're in the same place there. I think the big difference is going back and confirming the area where I'd found the silver dollar, the pocket watch, and that stuff. Frank found a bullet, old lead bullet, and looked like some silver ore. But it looked like the material we were finding in that area dates the same time period, which Frank was judging 1890 to 1905, that 1910. So whoever was back in there, everything confirms that area the same time period, which falls into Bob Ward's time period. It actually does, because the guy was saying 1909. So all that could play into that. That could have been those two guys camped in there. It could have been John Tuning, who in the same time period or a little later than that was back in that area. So we can't confirm at this time or anything. We have nothing to evidence show a certain person, but we do have things that put us in the right time period of the maps and everything we were searching by. So that was nice. It was successful. I don't think it was what we thought it was going to be. I think we were really hoping by the altar stone, and I think you agree. We were hoping for more.
The piece of silver we found, it looked like they were working small veins. You see those quartz veins, they're real thin. It looks like that was a piece chopped out of one of those veins. But that detector picked it up. I mean, there was enough metal in it to set it off.
I just think we had a good day. It just keeps us in the area is all it does, is what I think, Frank. I think we just keep finding ourselves stuck in the same loop because we find just enough to confirm more. So we're close, we're onto something, but where? You know, what's next? Because we're covering this place inch by inch now at this point. And that's the frustration. We can find all the little small relics we want, and historically, and as far as a story to tell, it's all great. As far as fundamentally, are we finding anything or anything that's driving us to say, okay, this could have been one of the Peralta or Gonzales areas?
You know what
There's nothing driving us
I think
that
what
direction.
they found was some thin silver veins. It's like those little coarse stringers that you see in the rocks. I think they found some with some silver in it, and I think that's what they were working. Because in that campsite, where you find that other stuff, that's where I found that little piece of silver.
So I think it's nice we're confirming Bob Ward's story more and more.
I think it does.
It's nice that we don't know how it ties in with Gonzales still. That could be entirely separate since it was supposed to be treasure possibly. But he did have, he did seem to be working the area, and then Tom says the other guy had a little gold coming out of the area. And then it does we're confirming our own searches that when we're coming up with something, we're coming back and doing a more thorough search. That I think the disappointment today was the Heartstone. I think it wasn't as bad as the shrine that when we made the climb on the last trip. That was more disappointing because we came up completely exhausted and empty, completely empty-handed.
Well,
But
you have an idea,
later came
though.
the heart. But and I'm saying that's kind of nice. But I think for me, we keep hitting that spot where, okay, now we got to step back and think, okay, what do we want to look at now? We know there's a couple caves, a couple other things, but it's like the information we're pounding it out and saying, yeah, there is definitely something here, but we're not getting any closer. It feels like we're going in a circle around it constantly.
Well, when Trevor and I went up on that hill, we found one nice, and he found a nice piece of quartz outcropping. Just the sun reflecting off it caught my eye. And so there's mineralization back in that area. I just think that they were working as quartz stringers, and they found some with some silver in it.
Yeah, and that's what I found last time. There's just
I saw no indication of an actual mine up there.
Yeah.
It seems like they found a quartz stringer with some silver in it. And back during that time period, silver wasn't worth that much. It's not like it's gold.
It would have still been worth something to them, maybe. Depends how broke they were. We're talking about the time period around 1900. So, you know, $5 of silver back then was actually some money. It's different than it is today. But once you're able to confirm more about the bullet, and we're able to look at things.
Well, the 223 cases were marked with a 10. That means that they were made in 2010. And some of them were hidden down in one of those grind holes, covered with a rock. So somebody hid them there and covered with a rock. So did those same people put that heartstone there? Or is it just a progression of people just putting rocks up on top of that?
Yeah, well, and
It could be either.
It could be either, it could be or. Yeah, I think it was just at that spot, not really coming up with anything. I think we were hoping we would find something, some evidence of someone there, whether it was indigenous, whether it was prospectors backdating, or someone more modern. We're not even finding any evidence that anybody's camped there. There's not much trash. The trash that's there, I think, almost washed there.
I think it was funny. We found those 380 bullet casings down at the shrine. And then when we went up on that hill, way up on that ledge, and it couldn't have been shot from down on the bottom. I got a signal, and it was an old 380 bullet. And that thing was down in the ground about, what, 6, 7 inches? I think I got it in my pocket. Yeah, nope. That's the looking. That's an older one, look.
Yeah.
Looks like a 380 to me.
Hit the dirt and didn't mushroom, did it?
Yeah, it was deep.
Yeah.
Out in the middle of nowhere in one little flat section. Buried in sand like this. But when you bring a detector back into spots like this, you start finding stuff. Like the last couple of trips we made, we didn't bring a detector. And this time we did. We found that little piece of silver down by where Wayne found the pocket watch. We found the bullet casings over at the shrine. So you can start dating an area, just like those pieces of metal that we found by where the silver was found. That was from the same time period as the watch and the razor and the knife that Wayne found. So you're able to, when you find something, you can date the time period it's from. So whoever was mining a little bit of silver up there, they were doing it somewhere 1900, 1910, somewhere in that time period.